Good morning and welcome. This is your Stylo News Intelligence Update. The date is April 28th, 2026, and this morning's update is brought to you by our partners at ProWave AI, the developers of Stylo Intel Ops. Our focus today is the Korean Peninsula, and we'll be breaking down the key developments in the region. All right, let's begin with our top-line assessment. What's the overall picture here? Well, when we look at the peninsula right now, the most important thing to understand is that we're seeing a period of escalating military activity. And this isn't random, it's very deliberate. So what does this all mean? Well, our core assessment is this. A big, unprovoked attack from North Korea, that's probably not on the table in the near future. But, and this is a big but, what we are seeing is a deliberate ratcheting up of coercive pressure. It's about intimidation, not necessarily an imminent invasion. Our analysis shows this pressure is being applied in two main ways. Let's look at the first pattern, what we're calling coercive signaling. Just look at the timeline for April. It was busy. On the 13th, you had a test of strategic cruise and anti-ship missiles from a new destroyer. The very next day, April 14th, more tests, this time with advanced sea-launched missiles. And then, just a few days later, on the 19th, we saw multiple ballistic missile launches coming out of the Sinpo area. And it's not just what they're testing, but where. As you can see here, the activity is spread out. They're demonstrating that they can launch from different points, both on the west and east coasts. It's all about projecting a wider, more unpredictable threat. Now, the types of weapons they're testing, this is really important. We're talking about strategic cruise missiles, which are really tough to spot, and advanced anti-ship missiles that are a direct threat to naval forces. Then you have tactical ballistic missiles, some reportedly with cluster warheads designed to simply overwhelm defenses. This is not just noise. It's a very clear strategy to develop and display a credible capability. Okay, so that's the first pattern. The second one, which is just as important, is the deepening strategic alliance between North Korea and Russia. And this isn't just talk anymore. We're seeing real, tangible cooperation. For instance, a road bridge over the Tumen River has been physically connected, creating a new land route. At the same time, we have credible reports that Russian forces are using North Korean-made rocket systems in Ukraine. And on top of all that, high-level officials, like Russia's interior minister, are visiting Pyongyang to talk security. So why does this matter so much? Well, this alliance provides North Korea with a powerful patron. It makes them bolder. And it gives them a ton of new leverage. Think about it. Russia can now shield North Korea from new international sanctions at the UN Security Council. That's a huge strategic shift. Of course, the rest of the world is watching these developments closely. So how are the key international players reacting? And as you might expect, the reactions couldn't be more different. For the United States and South Korea, these actions are critical threats, clear violations of international law. Russia, on the other hand, is supportive. They see strengthening ties with North Korea as a way to counter U.S. influence. And North Korea itself, they frame it all as their sovereign right to self-defense, as they push to be accepted as a nuclear power. So with all that in mind, what should we be watching for next? We're tracking three key things. First, expect Pyongyang to continue the missile signaling and the political intimidation. Second, keep an eye out for more evidence of North Korean military systems being integrated by Russian forces. And third, a big one, the China-US summit in mid-May. You can be sure that North Korea will be a central topic of conversation there. And really, all of this boils down to one fundamental question. With all this increased coercion and these powerful new alliances, what are the chances of a miscalculation? That's the real danger here, that someone makes a wrong move and things escalate unintentionally. Now, that's the high-level view. For a deeper dive into the nuances of these patterns and what they could mean long-term, we go into much greater detail in our full audio briefing. You can find the Stylo News Intel update wherever you get your podcasts, or you can just use the link provided here. Thank you for joining us for this morning's update. And for more AI-powered news whenever you need it, be sure to subscribe to Stylo News. You can find us at www.stylonews.com.